Hey YouTube! Okay, so as you can see, quite a bit different setup and different couch. Because I'm in a different place, since I haven't filmed here yet. I'm at my grandma's house. And different setup because I'm making this candy kit from Japan. It's the Popin Cookin Happy Sushi House. House 1. Excuse me for that. That's my cat allergies. And there's my Luna. Luna. She's curious about the candy stuff. She's like, what is this? But anyway. Hey guys. So, yeah. Lots of stuff happened. I'll make a video updating on that. Yeah. Can you see me? My grandma's in here kind of helping me a little bit. Watching me make the kit. Because if you've seen the Made in Japan version, there's this really cool part right here where you make these. That's really cool and sciencey. And I think this kit might be updated version of the one she did, because hers didn't have that. It looks like a sauce, or this packet, which I'm guessing is going to be the sauce. So, I have my setup. This is where I'm going to be putting my iPad camera. My box. Glass with water. Package with the spatula thingy. And the dropper. And I have the soft candy that comes with it that you're going to need for this step. Currently in the fridge because the last time I messed with one of the soft candies for a kit, it got all sticky working with it with my hands. So, yeah. And I have a paper towel to help clean off the spatula. So I'm going to move my tray over here and take out the packets, except the one and move those out of the side, and then put this one over on this side over here of the tray. So this packet is for the rice part, which is going to go in this tray part.
Is that recording the backside?
Yep. Dual cameras. And so I'm going to use my dropper and my glass and fill up to the level, which is what we're supposed to do. So, there. You gotta see the going back and forth part, which I'm not gonna hold my camera the entire time to do that. I eventually won't want to get a different camera for these, but for doing videos, one that'll be easier to have a stand for, but for now I've got my iPad camera, which works okay. And a little bit more, and that should be about right. And it's all the way up to the level, and I'm just making sure I got all of it out from the dropper. Now I'm going to open my little kit, my little packet, which has a lovely shade of blue that's not showing up as pretty on the camera as it does in real life. And I'm going to open it.
Not a pair of scissors.
Kind of smells like bubblegum. Like a bubblegum smell. And now I'm going to fill that into my little tray. But make sure I get all of it out. And set that aside for now. And then you mix until you get kind of like a doughy thing.
Somebody's been happy.
And my cat's in the background being a weirdo, so if you hear things
You're watching out the window. It was.
Yeah, she looked like she was about to pounce on my plate a second ago. Okay, so this one actually is not going all the way. I might add just a tiny bit more water. I'm just going to keep mixing it and see how it goes. But yeah, if it doesn't stop being all powdery, if I can't get all the powder to meld in with everything else, I'm going to add a little bit more water. Just like a couple drops, probably like 2. And since I washed my hands right before filming the video, I'm going to work this with my hands to see if that helps any. Since it's kind of like a doughy-ish kind of texture-ish. Yeah, kind of doughy. It's all soft and it smells a lot like bubblegum. Which, if you're not a big fan of the bubblegum flavor, I'm not sure how this is going to taste yet. But, yeah, just warning, it does smell like bubblegum. Okay, yeah, I got it to all meld together. And now I'm going to kind of wipe off my hand a little bit. And move on to the next part. After I wipe off my shovel spatula thing, because this one doesn't require much rinsing for this part. You just need to wipe it off. Okay, now I'm going to move on to this one, which is for the tuna, and it's this pink packet. So, again, you fill up the space up to the level line on the side thingy, which hopefully, since it's a smaller area, yep, did not take very long. It just took 2 of the droppers full. So, yeah. Thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome.
And my grandma's having me use some scissors, because that's probably safer anyway.
That's fresh, baby.
This one kind of has a slight kind of grape smell to it. So, let's pour that in there. Oh, and just like the packaging makes it look like, it's kind of a red-ish color. And now we mix that up. Oh, nicely. And it kind of looks like jelly right now. Now I'm going to smooth it out along the bottom of this part of the tray so that it can set up, because it's supposed to come out looking like that tuna thing. I've never actually had actual sushi, in case you haven't noticed. Because I'm very not knowledgeable on what all this stuff, what everything is. I'm just kind of going off of the Emmy Made in Japan video for this. So again, wiped my shovel thing clean, and it really didn't need any rinsing, it looks like. And next packet is going in this part of the tray, which Emmy said was the egg, and it's this kind of orangey yellow, kind of mustard yellowish color on the packet. So shake that so all the powder's at the bottom, and then I'll get my dropper full of water and then use this to fill up to the level again, which I need a little bit more water so I can fill it up. Don't want to do too much. Yes, that's about right. And then we take our little packet and our scissors, and we go like that. And then into the thing it goes. And then these parts we're supposed to let sit for like 3 minutes. Probably a little more is what I'm gonna do, because that's how I am. And again, just mix till it's all mixed together and then level it out. Which is why this one kind of has a different scent to it. Didn't naturally smell this one before I added the water, which I had been doing, but this one has a different one. Kind of weird. I'm not sure what I'd call that scent. We'll see how it tastes later. Just kind of make sure it's all nice and level, and then, yeah, that really does smell weird. Grandma, what would you call that scent? Yeah.
I don't know.
So far, neither Grandma nor I have any idea what to call that scent. And again, just wiping it off with the paper towel, and it gets it all pretty dang clean, actually. Okay, so next I'm gonna do what I'm guessing is a sauce. Since this one was not in her one in Emmy's video, which I will be linking in the description box below. I'm just guesstimating here, and I'm going to turn my tray so you can see. This one is the sauce one, and then these ones are the A and B for the super fun part. So I'm just going to take this and fill up that tray with the water, and hope it turns out like it looked like on the box, because seriously, there's really no directions that I can understand for this part. Because I'm still kind of very, very not good at reading Japanese yet. And there wasn't any pictures showing this packet, so...
Is that the bubble one?
Not yet. That's next. So I'm just going to cut open the brown packet and hope for the best. The bubble one, I actually know what I'm doing with. This one, not so. Again, a kind of strange scent. And the powder all settled to the bottom on this one, so I'm just going to stir it. Minor spirit and Nile rice. Minor spirit and Nile rice. If you're not careful, these can get a little bit messy. Yeah, this does seem kind of like a sauce, so I'm hoping I guesstimated this part right. Again, like, literally, I'm not seeing any directions for this part, like, at all. So I'm really guessing, but it does kind of look like on the front of the box, the little bowl right here of saucy stuff. It doesn't smell bad. It kind of smells sweet, but just odd. And now time for the fun part, which is we're going to start with filling up trays A and B with their water up to their lines. And luckily for us Americans who have a hard time with everything, the packages does have the B and the A in American letters on there and in the tray, so we know where those go, which makes things oh so helpful for us. So first I'm going to get solution A ready, because that's the part we're going to be dropping the bubbles in. Grandma, it's the part you want to watch. Okay, so my grandma really, when I told her about it, said it was kind of cool, sciencey stuff. So first we make up solution A, which is supposed to be really liquidy and slightly blue colored. Can you see that? Yeah, it's kind of like a periwinkle-ish color, it looks like on my camera. But I have the brightness on my iPad really low to help save on battery power, so I could be wrong on the color. So you guys let me know. And since I already put the water in there, see? I'm gonna go do solution B. And then the fun part. Okay, so in Emmy's video she mentioned that this one was thicker. This one doesn't really have much of a scent, if any at all. Like, it's kind of sweet. So we get all that in there, and then we mix that part up, and it's going to be thicker than the solution A, like this, kind of like that. Just make sure you mix it really, really good. I'm gonna wipe off my shovel, because I keep these. I keep the shovel on, like, everything for use. Now, I'm gonna suck up some of this kind of red solution. Okay, here's the cool part. Okay. Gonna put this overhead for you. And you do drops like that, and it kind of makes these little gelatinous. Oh, it kind of messed up. If you want perfect size, perfect drops, just be careful not to squeeze too hard or too long. Oh, my hand's in the way. Oh, my camera's in. Yep. But just drop and drop and drop, and it forms like little gelatinous things that looks so cool. It's like the octopus candy that Emmy made once, which I'm not sure I'll link that video in the description box, but I will definitely link her one for this. But see, if you kind of go in with your spatula, you can kind of see it, and then you can pull them out, and they're just little gelatinous balls. Balls of the... And that's what happens when solution B and solution A come together. I have no idea what ingredients they put into the powders that make this happen. But whatever it is they do, it is freaking cool. This is just really fun to watch and to make. I would highly recommend these kits because they are just fun. They're fun and usefully really simple. I haven't seen any that are difficult yet. I haven't tried any that were difficult. And I've tried the Apollo chocolate one, which basically all you have to do is melt the little chocolate tubes and then fill up the mold with those, and you could add little crunchy candy sprinkly things in it that came with it. Now I am trying to get the most out of this mixture, so I'm slightly tilting and then scraping with the tip of my thing into a corner and sucking up as much as I possibly can, because holy crap, this is cool. I just really love this. This is so much fun. Okay, I think I got all that I'm gonna get out of that. And yeah, now the water glass is not so clean because I'm cleaning out my dropper. Because I am keeping this for further use for other candy videos and stuff. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna go get the seaweedy part and throw away my trash. Because I don't need the packets anymore.
Would you like to take these in with you when you're going?
Sure. I can do
Yours and
that.
mine pictures too.
Yes.
And do me a favor and push the door on the dishwasher back in.
Yep. Can do.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a little soft candy. I'm just going to move my trays aside and bring this over. So, as I said earlier, I had this in the fridge to help keep it from getting all sticky on me while I'm trying to work with it. So, it says over here, well, it has this whole cut around thing on the top and bottom of this. So I'm just gonna kind of do that real quick so you can see the full awesomeness of this package. What game you playing?
Hidden pictures. Hidden pictures.
Cool.
Hmm.
I've seen lots of ads for that on trying to get free stuff. Trying to get free stuff for some of my other games. Okay. So once you cut this part open, because that's how I do things, mine looks kind of like this. So we've got this part over here, this part where you're going to measure out the rice, and then little plates where you can put this stuff on. So, first it says to press, and squish, and squish, and squish, and squish. And then you're supposed to stretch it. Oh, it stretches really nicely. And this kind of has like a if you've ever had the aloe water mixed berry flavor, it kind of smells like mostly grape, but a tiny bit of that. If that makes sense. Try to fit this whole thing properly to this form, which Emmy did a much better job of that. And my hands are a little bit sticky again. And then we're going to take this part up. So I pressed and stretched and yeah. I did not notice. I was not paying attention. So yeah, now we're going to take our rice. Now we're going to take pieces off of it and kind of make little balls. And again, I have definitely washed my hands quite well. And then we're going to kind of make sure the balls kind of fit into that, which that one does. So I'm going to put you on the swirl green plate. I'm just rolling it in between the palms of my hands and measuring it up. And yeah, this really, really smells like bubble gum. So, and it's kind of like a soft, squishy, but not squishy, like kind of a spongy squishy. And then, since this was half of that, see, we should have, by the time you're done, you should have 6 of these lovely little ball things. Okay. Next, let's see how our tuna is coming. And it's coming out pretty well. Kind of formed like a gummy. And now I'm going to move that over onto our plasticky sheet while I get the egg. The funny smelling egg. And plop. They turned out pretty good. So I'm just gonna, and then I'm gonna take a small bit of the bowl. I'm gonna cut the salmon and the egg in half. Then taking a small section of each. And then putting those over here. And chopping them up a little bit. So that's all kind of chopped up. And I'm going to cut this dough in half so I can make 2 with this, because the great thing about this candy is it stretches really, really well. So you can go and take half of it and make it again. So I'm gonna wrap one of my little rice balls with this. And yeah, that's just wants to stick to my fingers and not the itself in the rice bowl, which is why I refrigerated it. So that's kinda. And now I'm gonna get some of my fish eggy stuff. And yeah, see, this is what happens when you don't just do the drops. You accidentally squeeze too long, and it comes out like this. Which I'm just gonna try this piece by itself real quick. That's kind of good. That's kind of sweet and slightly orangey, citrusy. And yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Instead of making two of these, I'm just gonna make one. So I'm gonna put some more of those little egg things on it. And this is supposed to be fish eggs. Now I'm gonna put this back on its little plate. And then I'm gonna take this one. And I'm going to make the one with the chopped salmon pieces, the chopped up egg ones, and you're gonna stay for me, and then I'm gonna just plop. Yeah, it does not want to stay. Can't you tell? Right. And then I'm gonna do these. Okay. That's how it turned out. These kits work. I'm just not the most coordinated of people. Okay. But yeah. So the fish eggs kind of have the whole gelatinous texture. And then if you burst one in your mouth, some of them, well, they all kind of do this like fruit gushers thing, which I think is pretty cool. So, next I'm gonna try this little guy. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the sauce. So I'm just gonna dip it in the sauce. So it looks like that now. Yeah, but mostly what you can taste is the little rice ball, obviously. So, yeah. So I'm gonna just take a dropper of the sauce, like so. I'm just gonna taste that. This is mostly just kind of sweet. With maybe a slight fruity flavor. which I'm just squirting that all over this little guy. And it soaks through everything. Again, pretty good. Not bad. I'm gonna try just a piece of this soft candy by itself. Yeah. Kind of that artificial grape flavor. Now I'm just gonna try some of this tuna stuff by itself. It's a very faint flavor, very slight. And it's kind of got like a wet texture. But it's not bad. No, that egg. Slightly stronger flavor, but still pretty weak. Slightly fruity. But again, not bad. Not bad. All in all, I think this was a pretty fun kit.
Doing very well with this one.
And yeah, so bye YouTube. That was the Happy Peace Sushi House. Gimme.